as I'm continuously open to learn, relearn, heal, and grow on, and encouraging other priceless existences to do the same. And wholehearted prayers and continuous wholehearted prayers and supplications, I'm continuously being enlightened in regards to actual and perceived. Now, we all have been evidently exhibited to feel some type of emotion from actual and or perceived experiences. For an example, there are things that actually have happened, and Yahweh knows that. And all our feelings matter to Yahweh above the heavens, alongside Yahshua above the heavens. However, there are times when we are perceiving things through our insecurities, based on evidence, our evident insecurities, our evident unhealed traumas or inconsistently addressed traumas, or evidently feeding into habitual misperceptions of what someone else heard or false gossip. And we are subconsciously feeding into those things, and that is exhibiting to be the driving force in how we feel about ourselves, ultimately, and others. So it's very essential that when we're feeling these emotions and we're feeling various ways for prolonged times, that we continuously remain in wholehearted prayers and supplications to Yahweh through Yahshua, and ask Jehovah to examine the secret person of our heart, to examine the secret person of other priceless people's heart that we have come in contact with, or may have had disagreement with, or disagreements with, or misunderstandings with, etc., etc. Yahweh can see deeper and understand deeper than we can. And this doesn't mean that it's a comparison, but this is based on habitual evidence. Yahweh can see deeper, and it's okay to pray about it. And if we find that someone is habitually and purposely exerting or exhibiting something, then Yahweh encourages us in the preserved scriptures to go and make peace with this individual or individuals. However, if these individuals are evidently not open to see the evidence and to accept the evidence and continuously embrace their part in the matter and continuously move forward in regards to exploring healthier coping mechanisms and habits, then you leave that with Yahweh. We cannot control, evidently, what other people do. We shouldn't even want to control them. But we can do our part and remain proactive about our part in matters. It's so warm, so I'm out of breath a little bit. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience, everyone out there. Whoever's listening, thank you. Back on topic, it's very essential that we continue to be reasonable with ourselves and others. We are not always there for someone. We aren't. And I know for a fact that nobody can always be there with you 365 days a year, every breath of the moment. There are some times you're in the presence of one another, and there are some things that only you or that individual can handle when they're ready to embrace their part in the matter and remain proactive about healing. For an example, you can sit with somebody for hours. You can share your basically a lifetime with them, but it's ultimately up to every individual to continuously embrace healthy accountability, let go of the baggage that's keeping them stagnant or regressive, and remain proactive about the healthy coping mechanisms that evidently help them to continuously shift past and bloom into their continuous purpose and appreciate their graced existence. In addition to that, it is not our responsibility to take on somebody's dynamics that they evidently are not remaining proactive about. It's not our responsibility to remain the forever dumping ground or scapegoat to what each of us evidently need to address within ourselves and continuously remain proactive about in order to experience more long-term results. We are ultimately responsible. We are ultimately responsible for ourselves. And what we continuously feed into and foster is what will continue to evidently bloom. If we continuously plant apple seeds, if we continuously plant oranges, will we get something else? If we continuously feed into sad and dreary and downing music, if we continuously feed into running to the alcohol booze every time we feel down, or we continue to run to casino every time we feel dysregulated, or we continue to run into, jump into different beds because we feel like we're afraid of commitment or love, or we've been hurt before and we choose to hold on to things rather than take the time to heal it. It's not someone else's responsibility to sit there and be the dumping to that. We all evidently have and still are enduring dynamics, challenges, and traumas that no one is completely aware of and understands the degree of Yahweh Jehovah. This is evident. So just treating ourselves like everyone or many people have to center around us whenever we feel like we need it is not considering them, because we are not alone. All of us are working through dynamics evidently on a daily basis. However, it's those individuals who continuously embrace their part in the matter, whether that's I'm responsible for what I continue to feed in, I'm responsible for what I don't remain consistent about, I'm responsible for what I don't address or talk about, I'm responsible for what I continue to intake and entertain and continuously look at that can affect my mind and affect my life. No one can control what I continue to feed into, no matter how they show up in my life. No one can control how I continue to assume if I don't ask for clarity. No one can assume, pardon me, people do assume, but nobody cannot control what you continue to assume and feed into, whether that's harmful gossip or what have you. It's up to you to continuously seek clarity on things, speak directly to the individual, continuously hold things up in wholehearted prayers and supplications to obtain more understanding in regards to areas and dynamics. It's no one's responsibility to remain the dumping to what we don't remain proactive about or what we don't remain consistent about shifting past. We don't only matter. We live on a graced planet with other miracles of Jehovah who have been graced into existence as well. And based on what I'm continuously acquiring about Yahweh, I strongly believe in my wholehearted and continuous prayers and supplications, Yahweh wouldn't appreciate us behaving habitually like we matter more than others, that were graced into existence. We are not the originator of life. Yahweh is. And if we continuously behave in highly entitled ways that misdirects people's, grace, purpose in life, then we can offend Yahweh. We evidently can offend Yahweh. And it's not all about us. And it's important to exercise the fruitages of spirits, which I post up and look at every day, and continuously work on in my flaws and all. Having that balance is very crucial, that self-control. And if we want better, then we need to be better. If we hope and aspire towards progress, then that starts with us as well. And love ultimately starts above, with the ones that grace us with life and a chance and an opportunity every day in the first place. And with that love, we take it within ourselves and share it with others on this shared planet that matter as well. And we share it with other living things like plants and animal life that play a part in our thrival and survival. Every individual matters, and it's not just about us. Balance is key. Much love to all you priceless individuals out there. Please continuously learn, relearn, heal, and grow forward. Yes, we can. Take care.